Now for the next rum cocktail I've created, the little test I wanted to put to myself was, does like a cheaper rum make any difference to a more expensive rum? So I've gone for two different rums here. One's nearly double the price of the other, but still not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. The house rum I've gone for, I have seen for roughly £20 in the UK, but I would say typically £22 to £25. You should be able to get it for about 22 if you like shop around. And the other one here is about £40. It's a rum that I love and adore, but does it make a difference when you're making rum cocktails? That's what I want to find out. Hey rum friends, welcome back to the channel. My name's Steve the Barman, bartender for 30 plus years, rum lover for God knows how long. And here on this channel, we did deep dive into rum between 2021 and 2024. I went away for a little bit, but now we're back with another new journey, another deeper rum dive. But I'm also making, I'm trying to create 100 brand new rum cocktails to go into a cocktail book that I'm releasing in 2027. Right, this is now recipe number 31 that I've created. Waikiki Bloom. So I've got my shakers number. I'm not sure if they ever come out in Exeter Reflections, but numbered 1 and 2. I'm going to make the same cocktail twice, but I've got two different rums. The first of which is my more expensive rum. So I'm going to put that in number 1. It's my Ron Colón. I loved and adored this stuff when I went down the rum journey the first time and then sort of forgot all about it. It's basically high ester Jamaican rum from Worthy Park blended with El Salvador rum. 111 means 55.5% ABV. So I'm going for 45 ml. And essentially, this is going to be double the price, or give or take, double the price of another Jamaican rum, Appleton Signature. Could have used Appleton 8 here. Appleton 8, we're actually going up the price ranks a little bit, so kind of not the point of the video. I know a lot of people make cocktails with cheaper rums, so that's the point. So I'm going to match that 45 ml with Appleton Signature in shaker number 2. Right, next ingredient is some lime juice, and I'm going 30 ml in each cocktail. Now I just need to take a note to just apologise for this. My whole mantra is faff free. Why would you ever bother make stuff when you can buy it? One of the syrups I absolutely love is hibiscus. I adore it. And I've never found an hibiscus syrup that ticks every single box. And I go, wow, there's some good ones out there. I would put in the UK market, I would put ODKs ahead of Monin. But then you have to balance ODKs with a touch more sugar. You have to add more hibiscus to Monins. They never quite hit the spot. So I have made my own hibiscus syrup here. I've just used my Frona hibiscus. Can we see those? Hibiscus flowers from Frona. And then it's sweetened up to my palate. So it's a 2-to-1 sugar syrup of hibiscus. There's no spice in there because I prefer to add spices other ways, whether it's bitters, which is coming in this cocktail, whether it's spiced rums, all that sort of stuff. So it's just a plain up hibiscus syrup that I would quite happily put in daiquiris. All right, 15 ml, half an ounce. The beautiful thing about this, I don't have to sweeten it up. It's ready to go. And I've wanted to use this for a while. So this is probably the first outing of here. This is a cherry blossom liqueur, Japanese cherry blossom liqueur. It's really, really tasty stuff. Just haven't rolled it out yet in any sort of cocktail videos like Sakura, that type of thing. So again, we're going for 15 ml, and cherry blossom and hibiscus work a treat. Now the bitters are going to be a little bit crazy, and only UK market. I think that's the front. There we go. Is that the right way around? These are house bitters from my mate Dave up in Liverpool. Basically salt and pepper bitters. But salt and pepper means a very different thing up north. It's like chili, spice, salt and pepper. So it's salt and pepper with spice, but also with MSG in there as well. These are fantastic bitters. So if you can see on the back what he's done there, he's recreated the drip So we don't need to worry about dashes or drops or anything like that. We have got drip sales about that. So I'm just going for a drip. That's a big drip, a bit like me, of salt and pepper bitters in each drink. Right, and then I've just got to shake up, and there's some plain soda water coming afterwards. So I'll do that, and then we'll get straight into their blind tasting. Right, so these have been spinning for God knows how long. You would have noticed, I think, that I've just made the cocktail and then I've shot the start of the video and now I'm back to where we are. So there's been a good sort of 10 minutes-ish in between the last scene and where we are now. These have been spinning around. The soda has gone in there, just plain soda water. So it's essentially kind of like cherry and hibiscus Collins, if you like, but we've called it Waikiki Bloom. Right, so I think it's fair to say they've been on there quite a while. Absolutely flipping no idea which one's which. Just unplug that, plug the mic back in, get rid of that down there. God knows. It's just diving for this one. So for number one, or the first one, I should say, that hibiscus and that cherry. It's quite a punchy cocktail. That is beautiful. The floral element of that sort of cherry blossom in there with the floral element of the hibiscus, you do get a lovely spice note from those salt and pepper bitters. That sort of hit you first. That's what threw me because I forgot all about them. But then the floralness comes through and balances. That's beautiful. At this precise moment, is a Jamaican funky rum popping out at me? No. But that's what I want to get. Will it? I don't know. That could be Appleton. That could be the Ron Colón. I don't know at this precise moment. Unlike I should have dropped previously with the Agricole versus the Stella, I got that straight away. But with stuff like this, it's actually more nuanced. This is delicious. Right. Let's just clear the palate a little bit. Let's dive in. Ooh. So that ooh was because that's more spice forward. Do I pick a rum difference though? I'm not sure. The spice note is definitely elevated in that. Once you get through that spice, that is beautiful and rounded. I think I've got a rough idea. But it's not a huge gap like it was in the previous cocktail. Absolutely not a huge gap. I have got a favourite. And that is that one. But would I quite happily drink that? Absolutely. That is delicious in its own right. There's just something extra going on with that one. The floralness, the spice is sort of more rounded. But you've just got this extra flavour, or I don't want to... The hibiscus and the cherry blossom are more sort of amped and more fruity in this one. And in my head, I would think that that's because that's possibly Appleton and that's the Ron Colón, because I think that's overshadowing to a certain extent there. But they're both great cocktails. But I have to pick that one. I have to pick that one. Do I get high funky ester notes from either of those? No. There is just something more rounded about that cocktail. I'm definitely preferring that one. Definitely preferring that one. I generally don't know which way's which. I'm probably going to have a hunch that that might be the Appleton. But definitely, yeah. I mean, it's that one. I'd probably go 9 out of 10 for that one. 8 out of 10 for that one. Right, so let's do the reveal on this. You're going to have to trust me, but I need another shaker, actually. Let's do this so we can all have a look at the same time. Pouring that into there. This is number 2. Oh my God. That's the Appleton. So my least favourite one was the Appleton, which makes this one then number 1. And the Ron Colón. Wow, okay. I generally thought that, I mean, as I say, that is the better cocktail, but I thought that actually might be the Appleton in there because I wasn't getting that abundance of funky notes coming off there, and there's just something a little bit extra going on in that one. That's beautiful. I'm proper happy with that because I would have built this cocktail with the Ron Colón. Ooh. Always fascinates me how different rums behave in cocktails. I totally would have had money on that being the Appleton, but I'm happy because I'm vindicated because that is a rum I love and adore, and it's worked so well in this drink. So if you like that and you want to go deeper on your rum journey, I'd love you to come and join me in my YouTube membership community. Big perk of that is the Wednesday night membership live stream. So come and check me out. There'll be a link in the description. It's a join button on every video. It gives you all the details of what you get. But if you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. There'll be another video on screen right now for you to dive in and enjoy. But right now, I'm going to film a membership little follow-on video to this. Cheers.